What's up, guys? Welcome back to the TR podcast. Today we have a very special guest, the one, the only Ollie Walsh. She's back on Transfers Rumors, and he will be
Hello.
joining
I'm
us
back.
for another podcast and another person called Giannu Infantino. Welcome back, Giannu. As you can tell, Gian is very excited. So let's get straight into this podcast. We're going to be starting off with the first topic. Gian, give us the first topic. Let's get straight into this.
All right. So Leicester have made a massive decision to finally get rid of Claudio Ranieri. And I say finally get rid, and no one is going to agree with me, but I think this decision is necessary. It's quite sad.
I agree with that.
Everyone is heartbroken, but it's not only is it required, it's also come too late.
But
They
can get rid of him
it's
now
also come too
and then bring him back
It's
later
also-
once Leicester survive.
Perfect.
Yes.
That makes sense. So yeah, I think the decision would be made too late. I think you see, Paul Clement and Marco Silva have been in their jobs for over a month now. And Paul Clement actually won Manager of the Month in his first month. So they've already had a lot more time to settle down with their squads. Meanwhile, Leicester will not have much time, depending on how long it takes for them to make the appointment. It's now been 3 days. We still have no idea. There's a few number of names now. We've narrowed it down to, but there's still no idea who it's gonna be.
Bob Bradley.
And I thought that yes, absolutely.
Bob Bradley.
I thought the delay was because they were thinking of who to get. But the fact that they don't have anyone after 3 days makes me think that this was just a panic decision. They weren't thinking about it in advance, but they were given so much time, this year. They haven't won a game this year yet. They're given so much time to think of
They
who's
haven't
going to
won a
replace
game?
Ranieri in 2017, except FA Cup. They've not won a Premier League in 2017. So they've had a lot of time to think who's going to replace him, and they haven't done it yet. Or maybe they have. Maybe they're already in contact. We don't know, but all we know is he's not there now. And Craig
Mancini
Shakespeare
would be
will be
amazing.
managing. Craig Shakespeare will be taking the game against Liverpool. Then after that, whoever it is, hopefully will be in the stands by then, watching the team, at least for their sake. So yeah, few candidates definitely that we have. Should each of us want to give a candidate like
Mancini.
that? Why am I hosting this?
Mancini.
See, I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I'm not sure Mancini would take it.
Yeah, I mean,
Why would
the only
Mancini
thing he has-
take it? You have one leg in the Champions League tie, which if you lose, you're
Yeah.
out of the Champions League. So that pretty much takes out.
Yes,
the fact
but
you're
why
into the-
did Rafa take the Newcastle job?
because
Because
Newcastle
I think Newcastle, in terms of, it's a big club. It's
Yeah.
definitely a community club, and Rafa likes that. And
Yeah, it's very much
really,
like
He's
Liverpool.
really built something there, like where he's connected with the fans, and
Yeah.
like Newcastle
It's
fans
similar to
love him.
Liverpool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
similar to Liverpool, what was maybe why it didn't work at Real Madrid or Napoli.
Wasn't given enough time at Chelsea. Should have been given more time.
Yeah,
But well, Mourinho became available, and we all know Abramovich is a hard-on for him, so couldn't give him any more time than he had.
Well,
for
hard on,
Mourinho.
and then he sacked him.
Yeah, well, for Mourinho, so we had to sack whoever it takes to sack to
But,
get
I
him back
mean,
in.
If you look at it, if they had kept Ranieri, it would have just been like Mourinho. So he would have kept losing games, and it
Yeah, definitely. You need to get rid of him.
does he not deserve to stay there? If you take away the season before, I agree he definitely should have been
Yeah.
sacked because his tactics in this season have been very poor. The press was their pressure, even in attack, has been completely disorganized. If you look at the Sevilla game, they got better in the second half, but in the first half, the gap between their midfield and their forwards was nearly the whole of the pitch. So it was just leaving so much space, and he's become the Tinkerman again, which is all right because he's trying to get it, trying to find something that's good, but it really wasn't working. And I think he'd lost the dressing room, he'd lost the confidence of the players, which was so key last season. And not taking into account last season, I think he would have gone definitely.
yeah, for sure. But I mean,
I read somewhere, it might be fake news, but I've
it
read
might be
somewhere
fake
that
news.
the players-
Everything except Fox is fake. Yeah, everything except
Yeah,
Fox.
so
So.
it's this
probably
might be fake news,
fake.
but I read somewhere that the players actually recommended Ranieri to switch back to how they played last year. but Ranieri was refusing to, and the fact that last year they never changed their style at all, and this year you've seen so many different styles. Like the players are not cut out to try this, and they don't want to. Like the players just don't want to listen to him, and that's the end. He has to leave at that point.
But
one
here's
thing I read the other day is that on average they've been 10 meters higher their defensive line than last season, which means
Yeah.
they can't sit on their penalty box, and Huth and Morgan can't just because in a 4-4-2 what you want to do is push a lot of the play down the wings, push them out wide, keep compact in the middle, and then deal with crosses into the box, which Huth and Morgan were doing so well last season. But now that they're 10 yards higher, they can get in behind, and they don't have N'Golo Kante in the middle, that they can penetrate them centrally. So
Nothing
it's
left
really
for
not
them.
working.
But here's the problem now for the Leicester players. Mahrez, Vardy. They could have left in the summer, chose to stay, but now no big clubs are looking at them anymore. I mean, they haven't been good this season either. But should Mahrez and Vardy have had left before that? Should they have?
Yeah, of course.
Absolutely.
Leicester should have realised. It's easy to say in hindsight, obviously, but Leicester should have realised that what they could have got for them is exceeded their value so much, and should have just cashed in on it. Because
I think if wait, you can't continue.
yeah, like
Sorry.
if you have a player that is performing so well and you can get that much money for him, especially with inflated prices in the Premier League, then they could have maybe used that money to rebuild. Like I saw something the other day. Anthony Modeste at is it Cologne?
Yeah, Köln. Yeah, he's at Köln.
They've been offered 50 million for Anthony Modeste. Obviously, he's been playing
Modeste has
ridiculously
been
well
amazing
this
this
season.
Yeah,
but he's not worth. He's never near worth 50 million.
Who
and they
offered
could
for him?
buy what?
Who
I
offered?
think it was China.
Oh,
So
Oh.
well, just don't name a club, but yeah, just China.
That-
So
the club.
they could
China.
easily buy 3 quality players, invest it in their youth system, but instead they hold on to him, and I think that's the wrong decision, as it probably was with Leicester. Well, definitely was, looking in hindsight.
I think now that what was I going to say? So
Do you think that if Steve Walsh was still there, they would have sold him? Do you think
I'm
he would have
not
done
sure
that?
they would have sold him, but they definitely would have brought in better players. I think
Yeah.
he shows how much of a big difference he made, especially looking at Everton now as well, bringing in the likes of Idrissa Gueye, who's been
Lookman.
incredible to them.
But
Lookman's, like, from League One, that is a brilliant signing. And Schneiderlin as well.
I want to know, because it's interesting, because Kante left, obviously, and he's been amazing. If Mahrez had left, would he have been the way he is now? Do you think?
I mean, it's different. Kante is he's just a machine, he's just hard work. And I think with Mahrez, it requires, the way he plays, I think you need good form, you need confidence to take on players. Whereas Kante's job is just, run and tackle. And I think that you can't really lose that ability. I mean, maybe there have been examples of players in the past, but you don't really lose that. That never goes away. Not with age, not with time, not with anything. And the ability to, time a tackle, time interception, make a movement doesn't go away. I think the confidence to take on a player, or pulling off every skill you do, it can definitely change with time and with confidence as your results go up and down.
Because
so
I think
Mahrez,
I think it's definitely for every player that teams also found them out. Like Mahrez also hasn't been tracking back nearly as much as he did last season, showing his bad attitude and kind of suggesting that he wasn't playing for Ranieri and didn't have enough confidence under him anymore.
But I think with if you look at Vardy, I think Vardy is just a one-season wonder. Because if you look at his career throughout, when he was at Leicester in the first season, crap. Next season, he was good. Then in the first season in Premier League, crap. Next season, he's good. So he's sort of like he always has one bad season, and he sort of has the next season's better. But I still think now he will never ever replicate what he did last season. And I think if someone just became a Premier League fan now, looking at football now, they would be like, how did Leicester win the league last season? Because it's actually incredible. Like if you look back, it's just incredible. Like it's like just like when it had sunken in last season and they had won, it was just absolutely mind blowing. Like it's just never gonna happen again. Well, maybe not in this generation, but
Well, he's so one-dimensional as a striker, and I don't like teams were so kind of almost arrogant and ignorant against Leicester last season, not dropping back and exploiting their weaknesses, similar to maybe Spurs versus Liverpool the other day, because although Spurs want to have time on the ball and they're very good at it, Pochettino, if he'd sat back like the likes of Plymouth had done, like Burnley. I know it sounds a bit stupid for a Spurs team to do that, but they easily have the defenders and the squad to do that, especially with the likes of Wanyama and Dembele. They would have easily won that game because that is Liverpool's weakness. But it's also almost some kind of arrogance, which can be a positive for Spurs because they want to improve their style of play. Like Pochettino obviously has an idea he wants to carry on with, but you just see, like, you look back at last season and you just know it's so easy to counteract Leicester that why teams didn't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I want to know, like, why did they think of this last season? You had, like, a whole first half of the season to watch Leicester. You know how they played. They played against every team. Why didn't teams take action in the second half of the season against Leicester?
Yeah, that's true.
It's like what you could not have just not seen this coming because they were on top of the bloody league. You could not have you could have underestimated them because they've beaten you already, right? So for most teams have already beaten first half of the season. Why didn't they learn from their mistakes? I think that Leicester's success is as much due to the other team's failures.
Yeah,
and this year no one is failing.
I think
this year you see Liverpool having the highest points total at a halfway point. Chelsea's best ever run. You've got these teams aren't failing anymore, and that's what the difference is. Well, it's not the only thing, but it's like single cause fallacy. This is many causes, and that's a big one. Teams don't. They're actually thinking.
But if Tottenham and Arsenal had seen that, one of them would have won the league. They would have if they had been able to stop Leicester and seen what was going to happen. But now, I mean, you look Leicester; they're now 18th. They have a game in hand, and who are they playing this week? They're playing
Liverpool Monday night.
Yeah, they're playing Liverpool. I mean, they're not.
I mean, you never know. Maybe
which isn't. The you could say that's the perfect team.
Yeah, because Liverpool have been slipping up against the small teams. So Leicester might be able to pick up a win there, but
and you've got Craig Shakespeare managing. He was there last year. He knows how to get probably just get them back in the 2 banks of 4, defending, and I actually think Leicester have a better chance of winning now than under Ranieri because Ranieri would not have done that. I think this might happen.
But I still think teams still know, even if they go back to doing that, how to counteract them. I mean, if you play a striker who's going to almost in a false 9 role, similar to Alexis Sanchez has this season, drifting off the 2 centre-backs, dragging them out of position, or just leaving them with no one to mark, they're not going to know what to do. They are Sunday League centre-backs. It seems a bit harsh seeing they're professionals, but they're brilliant at what they do, but they're not quick enough. I'm not sure they read the game very well. And they don't, like, when you get someone quick turning them, even in the box, they're going to take them down.
Yeah, like Mane as a false 9, it would destroy them. Even Firmino as a false 9 would destroy them.
He played that, wasn't it at Southampton? He played that quite a lot.
Yeah,
well, it was more number 10 in behind Graziano Pella, but he still kind of played around in that position.
Yeah. So we've been quite far off topic, but Ollie, who's your shout for next Leicester manager?
I don't know. There's really no brilliant.
Mine's Gary Rowett. I'm bringing up Gary Rowett.
Choices.
I was afraid you might steal it, so I took out Gary Rowett before you did. It's got to be Gary Rowett.
Stan would be good, but that
you don't want that.
Worse. I think.
How mad would you be if Stan went?
Oh, that would be like everything we've built up this season, restructured the whole club, positive attitude, everything just gone, and we'd stay in the Championship for 3 seasons.
Would he go to Leicester? Would he go to Leicester? Because you guys have a pretty good chance of getting promoted this season.
Obviously, because he's never been a manager before, it's hard to judge his character and how he would move. But I'm not really sure how he would, because we've still got an outside chance of promotion. Yeah. And Leicester have pretty much
big chance of getting relegated.
Nailed on to get relegated.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, the pressure as well suddenly coming to that job. But I mean, for me, Gary Rowett is unemployed. He has nowhere to go. Leicester's probably the best option for him right now because, it's a Premier League job. It's a young English manager. You don't have enough of those in the Premier League. For me, it seems to make sense. I think Gary Rowett will go back to the basics with Leicester, help them survive. But again, it's tough. I don't see. I mean, if they get Mancini,
Gary
that's
Rowett's
it.
never done it in the Premier League. I get
You don't?
English managers, Paul Merson and all that, but
Yeah.
obviously I can say I haven't really seen him how he was doing at Birmingham, but he hasn't had any experience in the Premier League. Whereas it sounds ridiculous, but someone like Pearson coming back would maybe be better because he's got that experience. He knows how to motivate these players, and he knows the players. It would be pretty ridiculous to bring Pearson back, though.
Walking back into the dressing room, how would that scene go?
But it's also with the owners because there was a bit of a
it was the stuff that happened in Thailand with the prostitutes.
Yeah.
His son being racist to prostitutes. I don't know. That's bullshit.
Well, here's some news. Here's some news coming through. Gus Hiddink.
Yep, I've heard that as well. Yep.
That would be perfect because he wouldn't obviously. I think he would just stay there until the end of the season. And then I don't know, but
yeah, he's sort of that get out of jail free card for most teams, right?
I think that would be a good shout. They bring him in just to save them, and then they focus on getting a better manager and then they can actually have more time to think about getting a manager for the future.
Is he a relegation manager?
No.
Well, I mean, he saved Chelsea from relegation.
I would say, well, to be
fair, he did not save Chelsea from relegation. He saved Chelsea from embarrassment. Those are two different things. Very different things. I
think would he not be a bad shout to carry on with them next season, especially considering their club. They are putting it straight. They are a bottom of the table Premier League club. Having Gus Hiddink, I don't think would be.
But what about Frank de Boer?
Oh, not again. Not after Inter. No, I think Gus Hiddink has this mentality, which might help him survive relegation. Wesley Sneijder described him once as the friendly uncle. Gus Hiddink, and he sort of has that charisma about him, and to sort of come in straighten things out. Like at Chelsea, that squad was doing terribly last year, and if he was there the whole season, his points ratio, whatever, if you extrapolated the whole season, he would have come third place, right? He lifted us up immediately. He ended up finishing mid-table, but if he was there the whole season, he'd come third. That's not bad. I would have taken third at the beginning of the season with Mourinho. I'm going to say it right now. It's not a bad result at all. I think he definitely has the sort of ability to do it. But with these players, can he do it? I don't know. I mean, he's worked with, in recent times, with better players. The Dutch national team, Chelsea. Can he do it with these guys? Probably can. I mean, he's managed South Korea and other places like that. But Australia, can he still do it? Is it a gamble?
Zico for Leicester.
Zico, get the Saxena Muang, please. Go to Leicester. Please.
One name.
Please do it.
Louis van Gaal, but he's retired.
Bob Bradley.
That's what I said at the start. It would actually be really funny if he came in and he managed to save Leicester.
Yeah, is that likely?
Nope.
No.
No, I would if he came in, I would like to. It would be funny because they finished 20th in the league.
No, actually,
and he'd be like, "We're gonna build a wall between the Premier League and the Championship."
Alan Pardew, it would be a stupid decision, but how it is? Could it be quite realistic?
I don't think. I think they
like
would.
Leicester to a point.
I have way too much trust in Vichai's son, Ayawat. He makes such good decisions with management. You've got to say, he makes good decisions with who he appoints as his managers. I think I trust too much. He understands football a lot. If you've heard him speak, he really understands football. He's not going to make a stupid decision. I think he would definitely make a good decision. But I mean, of course, I want the Thai national team manager to go to Leicester.
Yeah, same. That would be the best thing ever.
Yeah, well, not for
Leicester
us on levels. The first thing is because we're not going to qualify for the World Cup already. He goes for maybe the rest of the season and then comes back.
You know what, Gian?
We wouldn't have lost. We're not going to qualify anyways. We're not going to qualify.
Yeah, you know what
anyways.
we're gonna do? We're gonna be goal.com and we're gonna write that Zico is linked with the Leicester job.
Oh, great. Yeah, let's make fake news. But no, I think if we do have any chance of making it, it's because of Zico Katisak, being our manager is the only chance we have of making it to the World Cup, Thailand.
Well, it has been expanded. So are you more when it gets expanded? Are you more likely to get in? I know it's quite a while away.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
we might even host it in
we
2026.
2030. ASEAN is looking at hosting it. Which is like all the Southeast Asian countries.
Wait, 2026?
2030. 2030.
That's so far away.
No, but honestly, I think that the Thai FA's aim is Qatar. Mostly because we have a massive advantage because the heat, we're used to playing on that heat. That's the advantage.
But there would be
have.
indoor stadiums anyway, so.
No, but we still have an advantage over the heat, and because we've already qualified for 2019 Asian Cup, I think that's the aim for them. The only problem is Tira would have retired by then. Tira would be really old, but I mean, if they took Kyatisong, they would come for Muangthong's manager. They come for Sripan Muangthong's manager, and that would suck as well because lost so many good players.
But then that's why we get the Bangkok Glass manager.
I don't know. I'd rather get Rod. Good. Although he's failing this season, I think he's better. Bangkok Glass manager is crazy. He once said in an interview when he was coaching in Australia, he's going to behead all these players that we do in Saudi Arabia.
But you know what? No, he's not as crazy as Polking. All right.
Oh no! Yeah.
If Muangthong got Polking, that would be the best thing ever.
We're not doing that. We're either gonna get a Thai manager, which no one's ever heard of, and then league again because we did the first time. Just like get a Thai one, someone no one ever heard of, and win the league, or we're gonna get Rajpuri's manager because he's good.
He's Spanish.
I mean, I don't know. He's Spanish. He's good. But no, I mean, if they hire Katisak, Zico, I would get like really hype. I'd jump around and like be super happy.
You're jumping, yeah.
But then right after that, I'd feel sad because they're gonna take Tong's manager. We're gonna be lost.
Well, he will be the assistant manager, right?
What?
So Thailand would take the Muangthong manager.
Yeah, he's the next in line. They take him.
But have they not signed Zico for the new contract with Thailand?
I have not heard of that. I've heard that news in a while. I mean, the part of it was the FA chairman didn't want to renew the contract, but then the fans revolted so much that I think they've done it. I haven't heard any news on it recently, which is worrying. I think he is getting a new contract though. I think he is.
All right, we've gone way off topic.
Yeah, we have.
And this whole podcast is basically who should Leicester make their manager, and we basically talk about
everything else except the manager.
All right. So,
any other shouts you want to make for next Leicester manager?
I would say Louis van Gaal, but he's retired. But that'd be amazing. I'd be like Louis van Gaal's Blue Army. Go on, Louis. Can we have one from you? Louis van Gaal's Blue Army. That would be best. Where's Ollie now? Oh no,
I'm here.
He's hiding.
I thought
he's hiding from. Okay.
He's hiding from Thai football.
Yes, he is. So yeah, I think Mancini is the only option for them.
Yeah.
Ghost Hiddink would be decent. Pearson would never happen because what happened with the owners. Jap Stam would be great, I think.
But then it would ruin Reading.
No, he's an awful manager, a relegation manager. That'll be stupid. Don't get him.
Yeah. No, it'll be the Thai owners thing. Like Vichai will like give a payment to the Reading owners, like a secret on the Carabao payment to them.
Carabao payments.
No, like actually, he'll give them like
give you 2,000 bottles of Carabao.
No, like he probably owns like so much land. Just give it to him. Just give him like a private jet, and then just take Yapstam, and then win the survive, and then use the Premier League TV money to buy a new private jet and leave the club, something like that.
But I'd love to see Sheffield come up and Leicester go down.
Yeah, the mouth.
I want Sheffield Wednesday to go up this season. I honestly do.
Yeah, I want Sheffield because like my dad knows they come to Thailand with the team. We could probably meet them. So I really hope that happens. But I also hope Reading comes out. Yay. Come on, Ollie, can we have one from you?
Ollie, can we have one from you?
So,
Do you want me to talk about the championship?
Oh, let's do that now. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a nice transition. Let's go into the championship. That's nice. Okay. Brighton are
Second.
winning the league.
Wait,
how
they're
did
second,
that
aren't they?
happen?
I thought Newcastle's
No,
first.
they're first. Yeah, I know.
No,
Brighton are first.
Brighton are first. Just
How did that happen? Someone.
Oh,
Well,
they're first
now.
by 1 point.
yeah. Well,
Huddersfield.
Brighton.
Come on, Huddersfield.
Well,
Come on,
you've
Fulham. Actually, I'll give a fun fact about Fulham later. Go on. Go explain why.
so you've got the top two in Brighton and Newcastle, who are easily better than the rest of the league. Like the difference in classes is evidencing. Is looking at yesterday, Reading lost 3-0 to Brighton, which wasn't the best day of my life, but we didn't play terribly. To be fair, we set up. We were very much good on the ball, dominated possession, but as was very happened the whole of the season, we lacked penetration and we were very
wait, sorry.
We were very not counted on the break.
I just thought of something. Di
What's
Matteo doesn't
so
have a
special
job,
about-
right?
No,
He's not going to Leicester.
But
mean,
why
decent,
wouldn't he
but
go to Leicester?
I think the scars are too fresh with Di Matteo right now.
That would be good. Anyway,
It would be great. I want it to happen, but I doubt it. I have a doubt. Although it's possible. It's definitely possible, but I doubt it.
So you have Brighton and Newcastle at the top. They play on Tuesday.
This Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday, which will make a big. Well, it won't make massive difference to who gets promoted, but for the title race, it'll be pretty pivotal. And then you've got Huddersfield, Leeds, Reading, Wednesday, who are the kind of four behind. Huddersfield are almost definitely getting into the playoffs. They're the surprise package of the season. David Wagner came in, did an absolutely brilliant job. He brought the likes of Aaron Moyen. Kachunga, who I really like, brilliant in the air, a German striker they got from the second division.
Yeah, he was from Paderborn.
Germany somewhere.
China, the club.
Yeah,
China.
They're absolutely brilliant to watch, and on their day, they could easily look like a Premier League team. Then you have us in Reading, and we haven't smashed any team this season. We've won games where we were definitely on top, but it's not like we've gone away 1-4-1, 1-3-0 and looked the better team throughout and like we were absolutely unstoppable. And I really think we're not prepared if we do go up to the Premier League. And I'm not even sure we're going to get into the playoffs at the moment because although we're fifth on 60 points, and 7 points ahead of Fulham, who are in seventh.
I'm going to bring them up in a bit.
We've got Newcastle, Leeds, Sheffield Wednesday coming up soon. And if we lose all three of those games, then we've pretty much lost our playoff hopes. But it's
a bit harsh. I mean, you don't know if you're going to lose.
Being negative because I don't want to.
You unconfident Reading fan, as Ekman would say.
Yeah.
Then you have Leeds. Leeds
Leeds
very poorly under Gary Monk, but for once Chilino stuck with a manager and he's worked wonders with them. They're looking really good. They're sitting in fourth now.
Will Barnsley catch up to the playoff position? They're 10th. They're
only 8 points behind.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm going to bring up Fulham. You think what's Fulham's chances? You didn't include them in the list of teams just below, but Fulham, I mean, I want Fulham to come up personally because Fulham's manager used to manage here in Muangthong, right? So I definitely want Fulham. I wanted to come up, right? Which I know I have so many teams that want to come up now, but I definitely want to see their manager Slaviša Jokanovic managing in the Premier League because it would have been a Thai league Muangthong manager managing the Premier League would be amazing. He's probably going to be the best Thai league manager ever. Until now.
Wait, did he get sacked from Muangthong?
No, he got signed by a Bulgarian club. Then he went to Watford. He was the
No, he
one
went
who
to
actually
Hercules
got
and then he
Watford
went to Watford.
promoted. Yeah,
And then Maccabi Tel
yeah,
Aviv.
he was the one who got Watford promoted, but he got fired and replaced with Kike Sanchez Flores. But no, his Muangthong team was I think it came 1 point away from the points record set by Buriram. 1 point away from that. Also, it was a really good team all around, and they were the first team to go unbeaten the whole season, invincible at Premier League. I mean, Buriram did it 2 years later, but they were the first to go invincible under him. So definitely, he is a good manager.
Well, I have a couple of
He's
questions
Yeah,
for you, Ollie.
at Fulham, Fulham have looked. Fulham smashed us 5-1 at one point in the season, and they've looked at times absolutely brilliant. Like they've got Tom Kearney in midfield, young midfield. I think he's English, could be Scottish. He's definitely British, and I think he's made the highest pass completion rate in the Championship for players over 10 games. He's got the most passes completed, and he just dictates the play from midfield. They've got the likes of Ayite up front, who looks very good as a winger, really come into his own near the end of the season. And they're definitely a good team to watch. And yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they reached the playoffs now, even though they're 5 points behind.
They came 20th last year. To be here now is a bit ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, Reading, we finished last couple of seasons. I think it was 18th and 20th, or 16th and 20th. So Stammer's done amazingly as well. And like some of these managers, Huddersfield, Wagner's done amazing. Leeds, Monk's done amazing. Reading, Sam's done amazing.
I mean, you can imagine Championship clubs probably have such a big pull right now because just the opportunity of being in the Premier League is enough to tempt a lot of these top managers, and it really has a big pull now.
Yeah,
it's probably. I wish it was televised here. I would love to watch the league.
And Championship managers are definitely Championship clubs are definitely more willing to spend money if they can reach the Premier League.
Yep.
Yeah, because they know
even
if
they get it into it for one season. Like a lot of Reading fans have been saying, they don't want to go up to the Premier League if we do because they don't think we're ready. But if you look at the parachute payments and the TV money, even if we get relegated straight away, it's just complete. It blows. It blows the Championship out of the water, and any club would set any club in good stead.
All right.
Yeah,
Ollie.
but wait, can I bring up one thing again, which I was going to bring up earlier? Do you think that the TV money hasn't kicked in to fully with the pressure payments for Newcastle, Aston Villa, and who are the other team? How am I forgetting? Who went down with them? Villa, Newcastle, and Norwich. Yeah,
porridge.
They don't have apart from Newcastle, both Norwich and Aston Villa aren't exactly doing great right now. Is that because they haven't gotten the full payments that you guys will get next year? If people that come down, like the teams get relegated this year, will they get paid more than last year? Or does the TV deal?
To be fair, I'm not sure how parachute payments work, but
but I mean,
in terms of Norwich and Aston Villa, they spent so much money, brought in Steve Bruce, who I think if they stick with Steve Bruce, they could have a chance next season. But they spent so much money, it's really not working. They got their first win, I think, of 2017 yesterday, which was just sort of 1-0. Actually quite a surprising result, but still a 1-0. And I know someone who's an Aston Villa fan. He's a season ticket holder, and the last 3 seasons have just been absolutely awful. In terms of Norwich, Alex Neil, I think he's a very one-dimensional manager. Although he has brought them up before, I'm not sure he is a particularly brilliant manager. They have looked incredible at times this season. If you looked at their win, was it a 4-0 or a 4-1 win the other week? Or maybe I think it's a 5-1, where you had 3 absolute wonder goals scored by Houlihan, by Johnny Howson and Alex Pritchard. And when they're playing well, they look brilliant. But they definitely have weaknesses which you can counteract, and they can never really string a really good run of form together.
Okay.
Yep.
Now
So
it's question
it's
time
not
for
going to
Ollie.
overpower them, is it? It's not going to overpower these relegated teams to sort of have the same three go up, come down, over and over again because parachute payments. It won't work like that.
Yeah, I hate. Well, I don't think parachute payment should be a thing. Because
you don't think it should be a thing?
No, definitely not. I get how they're supposed to kind of prevent almost bankruptcy.
Yeah.
And kind of but what they actually do is give these teams such a bigger advantage against the rest of the championship that you have just these yo-yo clubs, like a pool of yo-yo clubs, Newcastle, possibly Sunderland, Norwich, probably not Villa anymore. I can see Villa being in League Two maybe in the next 5 seasons.
That's a bit ridiculous. Their owner wants to make them a top 5 Premier League club within a few years.
Yeah. To be fair, if you do spend so much money, then he will eventually. They will probably eventually go up, but it's just will they run out of money?
All right.
Yeah.
So question time for Ollie now. Ollie, we all know Rotherham's gonna go down, but will Blackburn and Wigan go down? Ollie, tell me.
Yes, I think so. To be fair, Burton have kind of jumped out of it recently. They got 4 points from 2 very difficult games against Norwich, who they beat, and I think it was Sheffield Wednesday, who they got a draw against. And I like Burton Albion. When they came and played us, they looked pretty impressive. They weren't brilliant, but they definitely looked better than the likes of Blackburn and Wigan. Bristol City, I would hate to see go down because they started the season off so well. Tammy Abraham just scoring goals for fun, and they didn't look terrible when they played against us. Tammy Abraham is definitely a brilliant talent. Like, even though he didn't score against Reading when we played them at home, you could just tell he was a cut above the rest of his team. And I really wouldn't like to see them down. So I think it will be the current bottom 3 that go down.
So Wigan and Blackburn will go down with Rotherham as well.
Yeah.
Interesting. I would think that Wigan maybe can slip out of it.
Possibly Wolves could go down.
Wolves are... Yeah, that's worrying because, Wolves were linked to... what's his face? Julian Lopetegui, whatever his name is. Spanish national team manager. They were linked to him. And to go from, being linked to that guy, you think there's potential here. And then now they're in 20th place. Are Wolves, are they just bark with no bite?
Well, they do have some very good players. They've recently, and they have money as well. They've recently bought Helder Costa from Benfica, who they had on loan for around 13 million. Yeah, he played absolutely brilliantly in that game. They do have some very good players, the likes of Dicko, who is very good on his day.
Yes.
And is it the Austrian Weimann?
Oh, yes, Weimann. OP in FIFA.
Yeah. was very good at Aston Villa. So, but Paul Lambert hasn't done it. He's not.
Yeah, he's the manager.
Yeah, I'm really not confident in his abilities as a manager at the moment. I think he will just about to keep them up, but their form at the moment is absolutely awful.
But yeah, now they're asking. There's a lot of questions whether he should be manager after they lost the derby to Birmingham,
and to Burton Albion.
Yeah, and to Burton Albion as well,
and to Wigan.
Both 2-1 and 1-0 against Wigan.
Yeah.
So very disappointing, and Gyan's probably gonna cry if they get relegated.
No, again, Chinese owners don't do well. Honestly, I think the best policy for new owners is just to leave the club alone. I think, look at West Brom. Their new owners left the club alone, let it do what it did. And Pulis has done amazingly. Kept them in the top half.
Then again, they have a manager who has been there for a long time. He has experience at that level. And he kind of had already, not necessarily taken control, but similar to... He kind of knew his way around the club, and it's not like it's a new manager coming in, and they didn't really need to feed him any information.
But I think the problem always is, maybe it's hard to apply the same logic to Aston Villa or Wolves or Birmingham. Well, no, Birmingham, it's definitely not that hard to. Just leave it alone. Let it happen. Like, don't come in and try to change everything and try to stamp influence in right away. Just let it go. Like, I mean, with Birmingham, like, I mean, I love Zola obviously, but like Zola, I mean, you had Gary Rowett. Everyone's praising him. Zola's been struggling now. If you just left it alone,
he just got his first win, didn't he? I think it was over 10 games, and that was against Wolves 2-1 on Friday.
Yeah,
so
just leave it. New owners don't have to make changes right away. They don't have to come in and feel like they have to start changing things.
Well, yeah, you have to I think owners should provide stability when you have. Well, at Reading, to be fair, we haven't had stability for the last year about our ownership. We've had a Chinese consortium trying to come and take us over
for 6 months.
But
that's all fake news. Don't worry, that's all fake news.
Don't sell your soul.
Yeah, so Yapstam has actually done absolutely brilliantly to keep us up, challenging for the playoffs.
All right. Is there anything else we need to talk about? As Gyan's yawning every 5 seconds of this podcast now.
Wait, what
Sorry,
time is it?
I woke up at 8 a.m.
All right. Done. So, thank you for watching this episode of the Transfers Rumors podcast. If you did enjoy, please smash the like button. Subscribe if you're new around here. And we'll see you all.
Check me out on Twitter.
We'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.
Bye.